everyone wants to talk. Oh, Edmonton, team of destiny. New York Rangers, team of destiny. We are the team of destiny. We are the best team in the NHL. We are the deepest team in the NHL. We are all around the best team in the NHL. And I think that we are in for a great series that I actually think we can end in 4. All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Tranquilo Sports episode. Did we miss a week last week? Like, I feel like we went Vaughn episode. Right? We went Vaughn episode. Yeah, it's not 2 weeks. Yeah, so, soft plug if you haven't already and you happen to be watching this one, go back, watch our last Tranquilo Sports / Tranquilo Tea Time 2v2 with Ethan Bonner and Javon Holland. And then after you watch that, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and I think that's all you could do. Yeah. And then just keep it on loop if you want. Yeah. All good. Open 100 tabs. Let it roll in the background. Then call your mom and say, "Hey, Mom, I need you to play this video at school or wherever the hell she is working." And just share it to the world. It's actually a dope video. It's an awesome video. I've watched it 3 times. Yeah, it's been very well received. So shout out to all those people that reached out. And yeah, it's a really cool, fun, sick video, and very well done. Also, shout out Pooch for putting it together. Yeah, shout out Pooch. A little shot tracer in there. It's legit. Yeah, it's a legit video. And shout out Broach too for coming out and helping out on that video. That was dope. Yes. He did. There was a point where he was literally knocked out on the golf cart.
I did mess up Ethan's shot tracer on the first
you absolutely, that one was
you
did
him a disservice.
Listen,
if you look at the video, I'll show you the raw clip. You can see the ball that it lands there. That's where the ball landed. It might have looked better there, but the shot tracer, I followed it to a T, but whatever.
Bonner hit a dart to 10. Even though we technically won, let's take a pause real quick. Won. Best of 3. We smoked them in the first 2 holes. Those first 2 holes were an insane. And we won the 18 hole. Which it was sketchy. You hit a bomb drive. That was a crazy hole too. Nuke. So maybe we'll flirt around. Maybe I think the 3 holes not enough. We're definitely we got to start doing more of those for sure. Yeah. I know they're a fucking monster of an editing situation. Yeah. But that's why we're bringing guys on board, so we can teach them how to do that, because that content is gold, and people like that shit. People liked it, and just trying to figure out, especially when you have to do Vaughn on, stuff like that, and new people do it. And we'd love to run it back with Vaughn and Ethan for sure. I know they're down. Yeah, they definitely want some revenge after that 18 that 18
slip. Talk about the first closest to the pin, how you guys just canceled it out.
Yeah, the first. Yeah. So technically, that wasn't the actual. Yeah, it wasn't the first close to the pin. I think everyone went OB. I don't think there was a single. My ball was the closest ball in play, and I topped my drive. Yeah. Or I topped my tee shot. Yeah.
It was like 60 yards in front of the tee box.
Yeah, so not ideal, but play smart. Yeah. But awesome video. Yeah. Awesome time. So go check it out, please. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So with that being said, of course, let's give a little round of applause. Oh yeah. Smoke another pack to our gatos up in Sunrise. And going back to back on another Stanley Cup Finals appearance, another just dominant performance. It felt like. I mean, look, I know you might be mad at me for this.
Oh no, here we go.
No. You got to give props to Igor in that fucking series,
Oh
bro.
no, it's not even mad. Igor.
Holy smokes.
Igor is the only reason that team wasn't swept. All right?
That was exactly what I was about to say.
First of all, we already beat the shit out of that team, but it would have been.
And we're not being biased, bro, because
like,
if you hear the guys like on the commentators of all these games, they're like, dude, if Igor doesn't play the way he plays, the Rangers didn't even have a shot in that series.
You don't even have to hear anybody. Just look at the stats.
Even Rangers fans were saying it.
The Cavs lost the game. They outshot them 100-30. Like, it was insane. Igor. I agree. Hats off to him.
Yeah, it was impressive.
He was very impressive all season. But hey, guess what? Also, shout out to Bob. Bob, stood on his head too. Bob's had a hell of a run again. And yes, we are.
No, Bob was in the shadows of an Igor performance, but Bob's performance was insane. He had a shutout on that series. He almost had one on a closeout game.
He almost had two. He allowed two. Oh no, you're right. The other one was it was 3-1.
But he almost had a shutout in a freaking. They scored that late in the last game, and you almost felt like it was gonna happen either way. Yeah. But talk about that second goal we scored in that closeout game. It was
Tarasenko. The Lendl Tarasenko, that was awesome. But that series in general, it was.
We got a question in the audience. Yes, question in the back.
You back there? Yeah, that one.
Regardless of who the victor was in the series, was Igor the MVP of the whole series?
No.
Yeah, I would say no too.
No.
Sam Bennett, I think, was personally my MVP. In terms of, the way he played. Obviously, Reinhart had a game winner, but Bennett, what he did in this series, and you can see it like in terms of like production on the ice and things like that.
Rhino too.
Rhino was awesome. Rhino was great. He had that game winner was awesome.
And shout out
Bob obviously, and also. One that's kind of going not under the radar because everyone at this point knows how good Barkov is and what Barkov, Barkov didn't have a great offensive, like he didn't score a ton or whatever this series. But what Barkov's been doing this playoffs in terms of shutting down the opponent, the opponent's best player.
Yeah.
Panarin did nothing all series. Pasta did nothing all series before. Lightning was the easiest one of all you bums in Tampa. Anywho, Barkov's been on an unreal run, but in terms of just this series, Sam Bennett to me was the best player on the ice, regardless of the team. And Igor, yes, Igor
MVP
was awesome
for the Rangers, but at the end of the day, we won the series. Yeah. We put up goals when we needed to put up goals.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think you could justify that to be enough of an MVP performance from him. Was it a great performance? Yes, but it just shows how well we played as a collective to kind of, diminish what Igor was able to do.
For sure.
Has Verhaeghe been like a dark horse for this playoff run too?
No, but this is playoff Verhaeghe. That's who he is.
He's our leading scorer.
He comes out in the playoffs. He's one of the highest scorers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He turns on a different notch. He is built for this type of moment, it feels like. And he has that clutch gene, bro. Come third period, he's going to ramp it up and he's going to start taking shots. And he knows where to shoot the puck.
He on the two games that we outshot them 1,000,000-1. He had a game that he actually didn't end up scoring that game. But he had over 20-something shots on goal.
Incredible.
He's always peppering the net. And our team, listen, this team is everyone wants to talk. Oh, Edmonton, team of destiny. New York Rangers, team of destiny. We are the team of destiny. We are the best team in the NHL. We are the deepest team in the NHL. We are all around the best team in the NHL. And I think that we are in for a great series that I actually think we can end in 4. I actually legit think we can sweep them and or end it in 5. This Rangers series, again, was awesome. And this whole playoff run has been awesome. But we're fully healthy, right? Going into it, not like last year where we were super banged up. This year, we've got all our guys. Our lines are so deep that we're able to rotate guys like Lomberg in a couple games in the fourth line. But that fourth line has been playing so impressive that, it's been honestly what's kind of kept us above everybody else. Because obviously, like the Oilers, we are officially facing the Edmonton Oilers and Connor McDavid, who's the best player in the NHL. Yeah. They're very top heavy. McDavid, Draisaitl, things like that. Their first two lines are really good. Our first two lines are really good. But I think where our biggest advantage is going to be is that our third and fourth line are 10 times better than theirs, and also 10 times better than pretty much anybody's third and fourth line, because we are so incredibly deep that you can put any of those guys on second lines anywhere else in the NHL. And then our defense has been phenomenal with Forsling, Ekblad, really being a huge guiding force, and just everybody back there has been insane. And then obviously Bob. So like we are I don't see a true weakness in terms of unless injuries start to happen, but in terms of like if we keep going the way we're going, like I don't think there's anybody that can get in our way from us and the Stanley and Edmonton. Everyone's probably going to be rooting for them. It's Canada hasn't won in forever. This is USA territory, my friend. We are going to beat the living piss out of the Edmonton Oilers. And yeah, I expect it to be a fun series, and their goalie is also not as good as any of the goalies that we have faced on our run.
But he is
so
playing well right now. He is playing well right now.
I mean,
you
to get there, you have to be playing well.
Yeah, no, he's actually top 3 in all of the playoffs in terms of save percentage. It's been up and down. He was 1 at one point. I don't know if he finished.
I don't think any of those. I don't think he's faced a volume of shots that.
Dallas put a shot clinic on yesterday. They shot over 30-something goals shots on goal yesterday. It almost looked a lot like what happened to us in the game that we lost against the Rangers, where, dude, these guys yesterday were up. Edmonton was up 2-0, and at that point in the game, Dallas had outshot them 20-8.
Bro, they only had 10 shots on goal the entire game.
It's It's crazy.
You put up 10 shots on goal on us, you're done.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
done. That's a 3-0 whomping.
I agree. Like I don't see that style of play translating. What Edmonton has done a very good job of is on the defensive side, in my opinion, where they have held teams to very few shots.
It's their power play kill who's been what's been extremely impressive.
So I mean, we haven't been great on the power play, but the headline really is.
We've not been that bad.
No, we haven't been bad.
Our power play kill has been first off.
Yeah.
Their power play kill is number 1 in the playoffs.
Is really good.
Ours is number 2. Ours has been phenomenal, and our power play has been, I think, it's actually been pretty good in terms of like we've also just faced some really good power kills. I mean, again, that happens throughout the playoffs, but it hasn't been that bad. There's sometimes that it's frustrating that there will be certain times that we don't even get a shot on.
We gave 2 shorthanders.
We did give 2 shorties. But then, like in the Boston series, I thought they were really good on the power play. So, like, it's kind of give or take.
It's an up and down situation.
But that's going to be, like, this is a series that the one thing I will say that we have to make sure we do stay disciplined in terms of staying out of the box as best as we can.
Yeah.
Because Edmonton's power play is actually unreal.
Yeah, because they have a guy like McDavid that can create his own plays, and then if you're a man down, it's just that much more opportunity.
His goal yesterday
it was insane. When I saw it in real time, I was like, holy shit. But then when I saw the replay, I was like,
crazy.
Holy shit. Like, what the hell? How the hell did he even do that? To fucking get through those guys and then hit top right corner on that shot from that close to the goalie?
Insane.
It's unreal. I mean, the narrative in this series is they have the best player, but we have the depth, right? And what's going to be the thing that's really going to – is McDavid going to just be able to carry them to the top? Or is it going to be our depth that's just going to be too much for them to handle? I agree with you that we are deeper, but I was reading something today, and they made a good point that has been the narrative, right? That they're just very top-heavy, where if you actually look over the last 2 or 3 games, their top 2 guys actually weren't the guys scoring. They've had 5 goals from their second and third line in the last, I forget if it was the last 2 or 3 games.
Probably.
So they are getting a little bit of life, and if they can, if that line can get hot, who's to say that they don't become more of a dangerous team than they might seem on paper? We've just been very consistent in our rotations, and everyone's just been really performing across the board. I mean, all the way down to our 4th line. We've seen a ton of production there.
For me, it's like we match up so well against this team. Like this team is made, the Panthers team is made to bully teams like Edmonton.
Yeah.
Like it is. Like, not to say Edmonton's soft by any means, but like the way that we play and the playoff run that we've had and the brutality and the just like how violent and mucky we can get it. It matched up so well against an Edmonton, and like I had Edmonton circled from the beginning. Like I would love to face.
Yeah,
like it was Edmonton, or I would have loved to face. There's another soft Canadian team in there, but
Toronto.
But Toronto, we would have taken care of anyway. But I'm not. Listen, obviously it's Stanley Cup, so anything can happen. Obviously they can take games and whatever. If this goes to 7, I'll be shitting my pants watching this game.
It will be here.
Yeah. I like the home ice, especially in terms of the travel thing, right? So we'll kick it off on our turf.
It's a lot of travel. It's a record breaking.
Our way, I honestly think we're better on the road. To
we
be honest
haven't
with you.
playing, but we won 3 in Boston. We won
yeah.
2 in New York.
2 in New York. We only played
right because we only played 3.
Yeah, we went 2 for 3. Boston went 3-0.
Yeah.
And Tampa went 1-1, I guess, because we beat them in 5. So like, and throughout the regular season, like we had as many road wins as we had home wins.
True.
Like,
we've
it's not like we're bad on
year.
home ice. Like we're so good. Like obviously, we've been ended series in 6-5, but it's just like it's obviously nice to have the home, but I wouldn't have minded if it was away either. But the first 2 games, if you take care of business, if you go up 2-0, I would find it so hard to believe that this team isn't just going to rout them. Like, so shout out to the Cats. Go Gatos. Go Gatos. Whatever. Vamos Gatos.
Vamos Gatos.
And this pack is the Truba pack because that bum bozo is going to go chill out in Cancun.
Who do, I mean, outside of, I guess, like a Bennett or a Verhage, Chucky.
Chucky's got to wake up, though. Chucky's been amazing.
Chucky just does so many things that you're not going to see.
Well, yeah. In terms of terms of wake up, it's
setting
like
guys up.
He had some sloppiness a little bit. No, he's insane.
4, like we've scored like.
Yeah, when he's on the ice, it's completely different. When he's on the ice,
he just brings a different dynamic.
He
requires so much attention to him.
Yeah, and he's gonna hit anybody, and he's gonna be the guy right in front of the crease. Like, it's just for him. He's got to kind of like clean up something like that. One of the shorties was so bad by him.
That was bad.
But. Yeah, I would love to Chucky to wake up in the sense of like the goal scoring again, because I don't think he even scored this entire series. Which is fine. Like he does so many other things so well.
Right.
And
you want to just see some of that production.
Yeah, exactly. I would love for Chucky to be that guy, like the MVP. Him and Barkey. I mean, Barkey is. I can't emphasize enough how good of a run this is for Barkov. Like he has just been unreal, like absolutely unreal.
There's a different energy around this team this year.
Well, and they said it. Like actually, Maurice said it. He's like. Last year going in, like obviously they were super injured, and it was also a sense of like, holy shit, like I can't believe we made it here.
Yeah. No, it was an insane run.
It was an insane run, 8 seed. The way that we went this year, it's like, nah, like we know what it takes to get there.
Expectations
and now
from day one was
exactly, and now we just need to come home with the cup and take care of business. They didn't even touch
they didn't even touch the table.
The Prince, whatever it's called, the Prince of Wales trophy. Yeah.
They didn't even touch the table.
Yeah, and
so you can almost see it in their face.
They're locked in, man. They're so locked in.
They were obviously happy, but they it was almost like, it's cliche. Job's not done, but it almost was like they didn't. You look at how they celebrated last year to this year.
Of course,
the celebration was like they won the Stanley Cup Finals last year.
For not all of them, but a lot of those guys. Like obviously, it was the first time.
Yeah.
Now it's almost everybody on our team has already been there.
Exactly.
As opposed to Edmonton, which has a ton of pressure in terms of, obviously, it's Connor McDavid's first time in Stanley Cup.
Right.
The whole thing about, like, I doubt this now. It's like the fact that they can get there, it's fine. But the whole thing about him is like, he's got to get out of Edmonton to win, but now they've got a shot for him to win. Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup in so long. So I think a lot
of a team from Florida and a team from Canada.
Well, dude, the stat, too, like, the last 5 years, it's been Florida teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm feeling really good. I'm honestly, I'm just so ecstatic that we got to experience another cup run, and now we just got to finish the job.
We got to finish
and I think this is the team.
It feels like it,
man. It feels like it, dude. And what's crazy too is like they just wear you down.
Yeah,
like they've just worn every. Like we were down 2-1 in the series to Rangers, and they didn't even blink. They were like, all right.
Cool. It's also the third period. We turn a fucking difference.
Well,
we have the highest point. We have the highest point.
It's because we wear
differential.
People down. Like we get to that point. Like they're in the third period. Like, oh my god.
No. It's
and
hard.
Like, we're there.
It's hard to keep the pedal on.
Our guys are just energizer bunnies out there. Like they do not stop until that final whistle blows, and it's crazy. Like they just that's why they dominate the third period. And it's funny. It's why they kind of like a lot of teams, like even the Rangers, a couple of times came out super hot. They dominate us in the first period. but then we would just kind of stay consistent, and you would see
Mhm.
them decline a
Exactly.
bit, and we're just there, boom,
It was always.
boom. Like it's
Mhm.
yeah, it's unreal. It's unreal to have this team.
It's a fun ass team to watch.
It's so much fun.
It's such
so
a
much
fun team to watch.
And if any of you are going to any of the games, I will be at game 2. So find me out there.
Find Dave.
Yeah.
Take a picture. Throw some rats on the ice when we win. It would be sick to go to a closeout game, which would either be game 1, 5, or 7. I mean, game 5 or 7.
5 or 7. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be tough when we end up in 4.
That would be crazy.
That's in. I was just saying, fucking 4.
That would be crazy.
I
Imagine being a Canadian fan and just like you're going through all this. They're diehard fans.
The USA chants are gonna smash.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
But they're a diehard fan base. I think it's gonna be a really fun series. It's gonna be fun to just watch McDavid play. Obviously, it's gonna just
Never
be.
seen him, so I'm gonna see him for the first time
That's
when
gonna
I
be
go.
cool.
So it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be cool.
The hero of Edmonton is that girl from the Stanley
Yeah,
Cup.
I saw that.
Listen, people forget that the OG Moon Rockets girl is a Cats fan. People forget.
Where's the OGs at, huh?
I'll
Down
show you
here
right
in
now.
Florida. I don't even know what video. I don't. How long ago was
Shout out Javi.
Just search it up.
No, it's right here. I got you. Javi literally sent it to
that?
a
How
chat.
has it on? Dave's got it on speed dial. Oh wow! Damn. When was this?
That's an old logo. So
Yeah, that's got to be a while ago.
Javi, bro, the Cat's got the OG tick, girl.
Yeah. Hav knows. Hav's been waiting to send that one.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. It'll be a fun series. I think we'll be celebrating here in the next few weeks.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do to celebrate?
Smoking one more pack of those. I'll honestly, if there's a
I feel like
closeout-
Fort Lauderdale is.
oh no, I might go to the Hard Rock. Like that's like
Like the casino.
Yeah, the casino. Yeah, like I want to kind of, if we're in a closeout game, like I would love to watch
That would be
the
epic.
game there at the sports book.
That would be epic. That would be actually
crazy.
sick. That'd be
Yeah.
dangerous, but that'd be epic.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Watch my future cash.
I actually hit a nice little parlay the other day.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of the Cats game, the clinching game. I think it was them, Yankees money line.
Yeah.
It was Cats money line obviously in there, and then it was when Dallas was playing and they were smoking these guys.
the Timberwolves.
And I made a live bet on that game for them to cover the 22.5, and they covered.
Oh my god,
And
that's
I put like $5 and I won like $98.
Hell yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah.
I had 2 futures. I had the Cats to win the East plus 1,000, and then I had the Cats to win the whole thing with plus 2,000.
Oh,
So
nice.
if they win, it's
I think I have a Cats future bet in there
Yeah.
too.
so very nice.
I also was on a little roll. I placed another.
The Marlins are doing good for you.
Yeah,
bro.
the Marlins were cashing me out some nice money.
Yeah.
But I had a parlay yesterday, and I should have taken the early cash out. I had
The early
bro,
cash out's so tempting.
I know, bro. It was like I put $10, and they were offering me an early cash out of $80,
Oof.
and I was like, just do it.
Yeah.
But it was like to win like $350.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
What was the last leg?
so I needed the Phillies to win.
Yeah.
And then I needed Dallas to win. But they were offering me the cash out early in the hockey game, so it was still
Yeah.
0-0. And the Phillies were up 4-2.
Oh, and they blew it.
Bro, then they went into extra innings and they lost in extra
Oh,
innings. And I'm like,
no.
and then I just saw my value of my shit going down. And then I'm like, they were offering me when it was going into extra innings, it was 4-4. And Dallas was down 1-0. They were still offering me like $22.
Yeah.
I'm like, just take the cash back. So at least I didn't lose the cash.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, that would have been electric.
Yeah.
You got any prop bets like for the series?
I actually do. I've got Cats. I've got Cats 4-0.
Oh wow. Okay.
I've got Cats in a sweep.
what's the odds on that?
Plus 1,100.
Oh really?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have any props. Usually, but we'll go probably game by game.
Yeah.
Actually, a prop bet I do have that I guess we can talk a little bit about is the finals, because the NBA finals are also this week. I almost forgot.
Jesus Christ, I completely
Yeah.
forgot about that.
I've
sucked in on the Cats.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about this. It's actually gonna be a good series.
I think so too. I've got the Mavs to win game 1 and the series at plus 450.
like that.
So because I was gonna take them probably to win the series anyway, and it was plus 180. I'm
So
like,
you're like, how can I stack this up?
yeah, I'll just take the game 1-2 because because if for them to win, I think they'd probably have to take one or two in Boston.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I'll take the risk and
they haven't been
take
good.
game one.
They haven't been good in game one in a lot of these series.
Yeah. Boston's come out a bit shady. And Boston's had a ton of. I mean, I guess they both semi have.
Is
had a decent amount of
Porzingis
rest.
playing?
I don't know if he's playing game one. That's the other thing.
no idea.
He's supposed to come back though.
I
at
know he's
some
supposed
point.
to come back, but
I don't
haven't
know if
heard
he comes
anything.
back game one, so it's another reason to.
Yeah, might as well take
So,
advantage.
Yeah, I'm curious. Listen, I mean, obviously, I still think the Celtics.
You think the Celtics win it?
I think the Mavs can win it. My gut just tells me.
I know. That's
it's
exactly
probably
what I told my
Boston.
brother today.
Easiest run
I'm
ever.
like,
to the
I generally
finals.
think Mavs can win the series the way
Yeah.
Luka and Kyrie are playing.
Yeah.
But it's like it almost feels like they're the Panthers.
They would need to
the
do
destiny
like
part
last year.
of,
Like they were the Cats
Boston's
last
due.
year.
Yeah.
They were like
Yes.
like the Mavs were the Cats last year.
Exactly.
And then Boston was kind of like Vegas. It was just
Mhm.
like they were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's tough because like obviously outside of Porzingis, obviously they're super deep and
Yeah.
very good all around. And then you got the Mavs who are very, Luka and Kyrie are gonna have to go off every single game to
Mhm.
win. So I think this goes minimum 6 at least. I think either team will take 2. Whether or not I think the the Mavs can win 4 is very tough.
It's tough.
But I'm still taking them game 1 and series.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they beat a team in Minnesota that had just beat arguably,
Defending champs.
the champs and the favorites again this year. So and they handled them pretty damn well. So I mean, if Luka can continue playing, he's tough to stop.
He is insane. He is actually insane.
And
Like
Kyrie just
and what-
complements him so well.
bro, it's so funny because they're so two different players. Like in terms of like
Mhm.
Kyrie's this athletic specimen and what he
Mhm.
can do, not only get to the rim, like he's just so fast. Like
Yeah.
he looks like a bullet out there. Then you see Luka, he's like,
Yeah,
that's slow. But
You would
he's
never-
it's kind of like Jokic ball.
Exactly.
But if Jokic was a guard. Like,
exactly.
but like some of the shots this guy
Bro,
makes.
Luka
dude.
makes some crazy
Oh
shots.
my, his
I'm like, what the
step back
fuck?
threes are insane.
Hmm.
And like high arcing, like
He has
fade
any
away.
shot in his arsenal.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So I hope they do. I hope they pull it off. And it's
Yeah,
funny
I'm
because I
really
actually
hard for
hate the Mavericks.
Do you really? Why? Because
yeah.
of the Heat?
Because
History?
yeah, my 3 probably most hated teams, 3 or 4, they'd be up there. I hated. They cried so much about 2006, and then when they beat us in 2011,
Yeah.
they talked so much shit, and it was like they were honestly annoying. But like for me, Boston is by far the most annoying.
Yeah,
and,
and I can't stand
and
Boston.
cringiest.
I can't.
And oh my god, the
Nothing about them.
worst fan base of all time. And yeah, I'm looking at you, Mark, directly. But yeah, seriously, that's a shitty city. But yeah, so I'm hoping the Mavs pull it off. That'd be crazy. Luka deserves one, and
That'd be sick.
I would love for Boston fans to be crying about Tatum not winning another one. So give me that.
The Boston team is gonna fall apart if they don't win this year.
I agree.
That'll be
agree.
interesting to see. All right. So I guess with that, we'll get into. You want to get into Fins talk, or you want to get into?
I'm down to do some Finstock. We go Finstock, and then we'll end it with golf.
Yeah.
'Cause we haven't talked some golf. We've got some 2 big tournaments underway. So yeah, let's talk Finstock because
Big.
our boy Waddy got paid.
Yeah, we got some action brewing now as
Mhm.
we get closer to the season. Obviously, past June 2nd, Cap from X's release, I guess you can say,
Yeah.
was hit. So with that, we got some money to spend now, and we got Waddle paid.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of discussion and debate about his contract. What were your thoughts on how that contract went down, and
Yeah.
and also the timing of it?
I like it. I like it a lot because obviously you see the contract. It is a big contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Waddle I do believe he's that good. His whole thing is, he does get dinged up a bit, but I think Waddle is a top 10 receiver, and Reek is, in my opinion, obviously the best player outside of quarterback in the league. But Reek's only going to be around a few more years.
Yeah.
Waddle's going to take that baton and be essentially our future.
He'll be the wide receiver 1, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
So,
exactly
and-
why they did what they did.
Yeah, and they signed him early enough to where the market wasn't reset by Justin Jefferson, which was just reset today.
It was
And then-
starting to get reset though, because
it
guys were
was
getting
about to.
signed.
But listen, Waddle got a big, that's a $76 million fully guaranteed, is a lot of money. But then Justin Jefferson, which by the way, Justin Jefferson obviously I love Waddle, but Justin Jefferson is that tier above.
Yeah, he's in the he's in
Waddle,
that Tyreek
and
elite category.
Yeah, exactly. And he got 140 million.
Yeah.
And Jamar Chase is probably about to get somewhere around that. And then Reek's probably going to be restructured a little bit to get closer to that too. But I like the timing of it. It frees up a bit more cap too. We already locked down one of the three guys, right?
True.
It's Waddle,
Yeah.
Vaughn,
And
Phillips. We locked down one of the three already. And then Reek's probably coming soon. And then Tua, Pooch was telling us earlier that it came out that he expects the deal signed by the end of summer. I don't know.
Specify summer of what year?
There you go.
July.
I don't know. I find it so super weird that we're just waiting it out, especially after Goff just reset the market.
Yeah.
And if he's looking for something in that range, I heard he's looking for in the Herbert range.
I mean, the number doesn't necessarily change from the Goff deal.
Yeah.
It's a matter of, like, to your point, like, what's the reason as to why this is dragging out?
Yeah.
If ultimately what I really think is all going to come down to with the Tua contract, and I do think it gets done, but I guess why it's dragged out so much is maybe I think there's actually two things. One, maybe Tua literally is just Tua being like Tua-esque in the fact that he's like not really paying too much about it, and he's just letting his.
I doubt it.
I
Well,
know he's got his.
It's not even his fault. Like he's being asked about every day at practice.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's definitely on his
No, it's
mind, like, and he's obviously
100%.
trying to get the bag.
But I don't know how hard are they actually pushing him from his side? That I don't know.
I don't think he'd sit out. By the way, there's been this
No.
I don't
That's not
think
happening.
he'd sit out. So I don't know if the Dolphins would take advantage of that and be like, hey, he's not going to sit out. Sure, like we could not pay him, and then if he blows up again, like we'd have to pay.
But what other
more.
scenarios is there really to weigh at this point? On the
I think
negotiation side, I get it.
It's whether or not you want to, if you want to go all in terms of like.
I feel like you have that decision
know.
made already, though.
Yeah,
Because they would have done the opposite. They would have done the
I
whole.
think they would have paid him already.
But then why not just give him the fifth-year player option already then, and just settle on that?
They had to do it last year.
No, but he could still. He could still take the option.
Maybe
this year.
maybe he doesn't want it.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't want it. No, I would be very positive that he doesn't want it. I mean, it would also be a disaster for our cap.
Yeah.
So it's not the best play for the cap situation. I mean, the only thing I can really think of like what on the negotiation side is coming down to is they can't agree on a guaranteed number.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's the only thing I can
They're
really
probably
see.
also trying to figure out trying to put in there a team option too. In a few years, if the team wants to get rid of him, they get rid of him. That's probably another thing they can put in there. So I don't know who his agent is. I know it's
the same
agent of Christian Wilkins.
and Vaughn.
Yeah, I don't know Vaughn.
Athletes first.
Is it athletes first? I think that's
I
what
know
it's called.
Vaughn's trying to get one too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I don't know. It's
Their agency's such in a good spot right now, just from the Dolphins alone.
I read that Waddle's deal is actually pretty team friendly.
It's very team friendly.
It's very team friendly.
Very team friendly.
I think when it all shakes up, I think it ends up being like
21, yeah.
21 mil for a
top 5, top 10 receiver, top 5, top 10.
Elite yet, but
he's top 10. I don't think he's top 5.
I think we got him on
I mean, he's had the best as a starting receiver on a Dolphins
history. We have 2
history.
top 10 receivers.
Yeah.
Like we have 2 top 10 receivers. Yeah. Reek's number 1, and Waddle I'd say is probably like a 7.
One more extension in him, probably like another extra 3 years just to like ride out these last like.
He's the for sure. I mean,
of course, yeah.
He's already said that he wants to retire here, so I don't know how many more years he plans on playing, but I can definitely see another 3 years.
It also, I mean, I don't know. He's one that there's a lot of there's smoke, there's fire to the rumors of like him obviously wanting that extension. Like I don't know if the Finns are like. I mean, he's already locked in. Like there's nothing he can really do
it like
about
on like a 2-year deal.
Yeah,
like a 2-year extension. And they'll backload it and maybe like give him like one of those bonuses that Ross will just pay him up front, basically.
Yeah.
That's what I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you're just gonna run into the same problem 2 years from now. But then again, the cap increases every single year. So that 35 for Reek and 2 years from now is really like the equivalent to like back to being 30 again now. So it's like you could give them the money, but it's just going to continue to reset every year.
Yeah.
The problem is who's going to be those next generation of the Jamar Chases of the world and
that's
Justin Jeffersons and the Tyreeks.
Receivers just seem like they're so much easier to replace.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can go find the next guy in the draft.
I don't see us being like in the top 10 of the draft for a little bit.
God, I hope not.
I mean, but you can always find a good receiver at pick
I mean,
32.
dude, like the kids,
Yeah.
the Washington kids. I heard they've been playing pretty good. Like Taj Washington and the other kid.
Oh, our Washington? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's off to a great start. I mean, he was the steal of the draft, apparently. Yeah. So you can get talent, like to Dave's point. You can go get receivers. I mean, it happens. Obviously, you want to keep the ones that are good, which is why you go and you keep a guy like Waddle, and pay him. So I like the deal a lot too. I'm obviously ecstatic that he's going to be here for the future, and hopefully we can continue to build the pieces around what we have, and kind of keep our core together. Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Let's send some old now.
So that'll be the next question. Is there something we're going to do with this 18 mil? Obviously, some of it's going to go towards the rookies that we just got in the draft, right? So you don't really have 18. You maybe have more about like 10 to play with, essentially.
Maybe, yeah.
But then it also depends what happens with extensions and all that stuff. Exactly. But realistically, you have about 10 to play. What do we do? Do we go get a guard, you think?
Please.
Yeah,
I don't know what we do because I don't even know really who's available.
Apparently, I've seen names floating around Twitter, but
yeah. Give me a lineman for sure. Give me a guard.
Guard, I feel like it's got to be the move.
Yeah, if there's one available, I think we're solid at tackle, and
the
center's the guy we got from Tennessee. But give me a guard.
Which he's not practicing right now.
Is he not?
No, because Eichenberg's been
Liam's taking those.
Has been taking the practice snaps, which I saw him on Saturday.
Oh yeah, was he there?
Right next to me. I wanted to take a picture and send it to you.
Nice.
He wore the orange jersey the other day.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's great that Liam's taking those snaps now. Just let him continue to get as much reps as possible. In the weird case that he has to be there again, you know.
As of now, he'll be the backup center.
Yes, but he also might be the starting right guard.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's clearly a depth problem when it comes to that rotation. Oh, of course, but we'll
give
see.
me a veteran.
I think you need exactly. You need a veteran on there to really be that true depth. What's going on there? The summer mosquitoes, or whatever those things are.
Speaking of O-linemen, R.I.P. Larry Allen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tough.
Yes.
R.I.P. Larry Allen.
So was there a cause of death or no?
Not yet.
Not yet. Too soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough. But yeah, I would like us to see her get a guard, and I would be I'm very happy with the way the team's built right now.
Yeah. I think listen, it's Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
It's a similar situation. It's just you need. I mean, obviously playoff win first, but like this team isn't going to be around the way that it's currently structured that much longer. Let's be honest, it's not. So it's win now or you reset it again, which sucks.
But how much are you going to really reset it?
Not a full reset, but like hypothetically, let's say, all right, we pay Tua, we have Waddle.
Right.
We lose Ramsey probably in 2 years. We'll lose Chubb next year most likely. We'll just have to rely on the rookies. We'll lose some other guys on defense.
But is Chubb's contract expired after next year?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it is. I just don't. Yeah. I don't know if Chubb's going to be around past this year, if he plays this year, to be honest. Yeah, it just you can't a football team doesn't stay together as often. The Chiefs are a weird phenomenon, but even they reset kind of, and they just had Mahomes, but they completely reset their entire defense. But they're just that good, right? So you're seeing it now with the Bills. The Bills are currently they just lost Diggs and I mean they're picking up Chase Claypool. You know what I mean? Like that teams are in reset mode.
San Fran lose their receivers too.
San Fran's another one.
Debo and Ayuk.
San Fran's going to be in a sticky situation next year because they're going
to have to pay Purdy.
Well, they're just relying right now on the Purdy rookie deal. So
and a cheap rookie deal.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Ayuk wants out. Debo's going to want out. Like all those guys, you have a window.
Yeah.
Our window. We're in our window. This is our window. This year, maybe next year, but in terms of win now mode, not that the team is going to be bad in 3 years. No, you'd have to just reload, restock.
You're going to have to move a lot of pieces.
This is our best chance right now.
Yeah,
this is the year. You have to go out and win.
It's a stacked AFC though.
Of course, yeah. The Texans are super good now. I've got the Chiefs. The Ravens are another one that's really good.
The Steelers, I think,
The Steelers are sneaky.
Could,
The
they
Bengals
always will be
good.
around. And
know?
you can't.
So-
you want to hear my sleeper team? The fucking Indianapolis Colts.
Colts are another one.
Anthony Richardson. We saw flashes of him last year. He could be good.
I don't think so.
And they were a playoff team last
I
year.
think Anthony Richardson's a real deal. I think he's a stud.
They made the playoffs with Gardner Minshew, and I love Gardner Minshew. I think he's a great backup.
That team's a good. That's a
But-
good team.
And he could be a starter in other teams. But the Colts could be sneaky good. They got a good running game. They got a good defense, good O line.
The AFC
I have
stats.
an AFC hot take. I think Stroud's gonna have a slump this year.
Well, what Slot in terms of what his year last year, or you think he's going to be bad?
I mean, I don't think
Because
he'll
a
be
slump from
bad.
last year is still pretty good, but in terms of like you're just saying he won't live up.
I
to,
mean,
like,
I know the
he
sophomore
won't get
slump
to
is a
where he
real
was.
thing.
Yeah.
He won't. Like the hype he's on right now. Like I don't think he's gonna match. the hype.
I don't know. I think he can just because they even added more weapons. Joe Mixon's there now. Stephon Diggs is there
No,
now.
the talent's
Their wide
there.
receivers are healthier now.
And look, those guys, too,
like-
those guys, they got like late, right? Nico Collins was
Yeah.
like a late round pick.
Yeah. So
No, they hit super well on their
paid
draft,
him,
which
Yeah.
is why they.
25 mil too.
yeah.
They
So
essentially gave Jalen the same contract Nico got. Essentially, Nico Collins. They have a very similar contract.
Yeah.
yeah. So So listen, I literally can't wait. When is training camp starting up soon?
Well, they have mandatory mini camp this week.
This week. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then the training
There's a
camp's
little
got to be.
gap, there's a little
And then
break, I think,
training camp will start
July, right?
sometime in
July,
July.
August,
Yeah, I want to say second week of July.
Nice.
We'll all be back in town for the start of that.
Yeah, I might be back out of town, but yeah.
Me and Dave will record the pod.
I'm actually out.
Push will record the pod.
Yeah, I'm out.
We're
Late
gonna
July,
have
early
to
August, so.
we're gonna have to put our HR request in.
Yeah. How many PTO days do I have left?
It'll just be me on
Unlimited,
camera.
baby.
yeah.
It'll just be me on camera. I'll just record myself.
Pooch, we see a Pooch run onto the camera,
Yeah.
quick record. Can't you do like a little remote control?
I mean, I think I might look for one. I'm sure there is, but
Oh, perfect. All right, Dave, we're good then.
I'm officially announcing my retirement.
It was a good run.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, let's get into some of that PGA
Some
talk
golf
now.
talk, yeah.
Great event this weekend, by the way. Very entertaining.
It was Bobby Mack.
Also, great story.
Yeah, shout out Bobby Mack.
Bobby Mack winning for the first time with his dad on the bag.
caddy. Yeah, that
Badass.
was cool. That was cool.
Badass.
Yeah, it was a cool tournament. His story was great. Ben Griffin almost made a run at it at the end.
To say that.
He
Had a chance there.
he did.
He won 3 straight birdies to put
Yeah.
himself basically a stroke
yeah,
back
yeah,
with 1 hole left to play. But
Yeah.
Mac just hit a fucking
Dark.
balls to the
Yeah,
ground
yeah.
fucking shot
Yeah,
on 18, knowing he needed to hit a shot.
And he did. He
And
hit
he
it.
did it, bro.
he hit it, and shout out Bobby Mack. Cool tournament, but now this upcoming week we've got an elevated event, and then we've got the U.S. Open
Yep,
the week
2 big
after.
weeks.
So 2 back-to-back. King Hav is your defending champ this week, so it's his first defense of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Post PGA championship where he showed his form back again, and now he's had his time off working with Coach Mayo, and I think he's going to come out very hot. I think
He's coming
Not
off his
only-
best play.
not only obviously do I think he has a chance at Memorial, obviously to repeat. I think he actually has a really, really good shot to win the U.S. Open. I think the
Really?
U.S. Open is for the taking. Scotty obviously is always going to be there. Scotty is Scotty. Scotty's cleared now. That criminal has been he's ducked the law long enough, and they let him free. You know, that's what they do to celebrities these days. But it's okay. But Scotty's going to be there. But it's Pinehurst, and it's a brutal course, like U.S. Open. I know this week, and Memorial, by the way, is also a brutal course. You got back-to-back courses where the scores might not be that high,
Yeah.
and if Hav really, like, if he comes out the way he came out at the PGA Championship, and even looks more calm, cool, collected, and more confident in his swing, I think there's only a couple people on this planet that could beat him, and Scotty's obviously one of them. Xander finally proved that he can win a big one.
Yep.
I don't know how Xander's going to come post. He's been celebrating a lot for sure, but he's been so good this season. He's
God.
another one that he can totally
We
win
talked about it
again.
on the last time we recorded.
Yeah,
It could
yeah,
be
yeah.
that kind of like
The jolt that gets him going. And then obviously, not to skip over Memorial, but obviously you still got the Brooks and Rahm and all those guys come back for U.S. Open. But for Memorial, I really like Hav this week. I like Colin Morikawa is another one I like this week. He's been playing really well, and I've kind of like. He's like, is he gonna keep doing? He keeps going.
He's being very Xander though right now.
I know, but he's someone who's already won. Like,
yeah. No, my God.
Like Colin could win. Yeah. So like, and now obviously Xander's kind of hit that like, oh here he got his.
Colin's thing is the putter.
Yeah, yeah, but I think this is a good course fit for him. Xander's another one. Obviously, Xander and Scotty are probably the two favorites. Rory's probably another one who's been playing really well recently. So I think it's a good event. It's an awesome tournament. Obviously, the best players that are not on Live are playing in it. Elevated, the elevated events have been really good this year. And so yeah, I expect a good turnout. You know who needs to wake up though?
Don't do it.
Your boy Thagala. He missed the cut this weekend.
Yeah, he didn't play well. He didn't play well this weekend. Get the guy some slack. He's been playing a ton of golf.
He has been playing a ton
and he
of
was
golf.
playing. He played the last round with a broken or a slipped rib and basically flu-like symptoms.
Maybe he should have just taken a break.
I don't know why he played. I really don't know. When I saw he was playing, I'm like, dude, come on, Sahith. Why?
He played terrible too, and he needs to get back. He needs like a rest week, but he's playing this week, and he's gonna play.
He'll play this week. Of course, he's 5 in the FedEx standings. Let's get this guy. Let's cut him some slack. He's gonna go and win it again this weekend, and be right back where he was. How he's been playing recently. Yeah. He's just got that it factor. He's just got to put it together, and he's his own worst. He's his own worst enemy.
If he gets healthier, he'll win something this year. I don't know if it'll be this week because I don't know how quick he's going to recover.
Yeah, I don't know really what to expect out of him this week.
But I think he will this season win a tournament.
Yeah,
I can see that.
You know, seeing him after this past week, I really don't know what to expect this week because I was like, dude, what's going on? But he could just turn that switch on and be him at any given moment. So we'll see. I'm always rooting for my guy, Sahith.
Yeah, facts.
Listen, always expecting the best.
I was rooting for him every single week. He was terrible to start this year. And then now hopefully he's found something that he can go back to the Hav of last year. Yeah. So
Homa has never made the cut at Memorial.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Homa's playing really well this year.
So hot take, he's making the cut this
Love
week.
that. Let's go.
Because there's no cut.
Oh! Oh no!
He actually said that. That's an actual direct. That's a direct quote from Max Homa. Max Homa's like, well, I haven't made the cut here before, so I'm excited because I actually get to play on Saturday here.
Oh no! Okay, I can't. Homa's not being taken this week. That Homa's is not going to be on my card this week. I'll tell you that.
Oh man, I was like, Homa's the man for that. I appreciate that.
He is the man.
I'm excited to back-to-back really good weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna do a U.S. Open. He might do one with a Hav next week, and get into a little bit more in depth there. But it's gonna be some good golf coming. And by the way, I know you don't like him. Rory divorced is a different Rory.
Still can't win.
I know. Well,
the classic Rory, he did. He won the one before. That's a lock. He's always gonna win the one before that. Whatever PJ Nash or whatever. Anyway, Rory still
he's not playing bad.
He's not. He's playing still very good. But it's such a classic Rory. He's gonna have one really bad day,
classic Rory,
and then he's going to backdoor his way on Sunday into a top 10 finish. Like he was so out of it already, and he shot 7 under on Sunday. So it looked like, oh, there's Rory, top 10.
Classic Rory.
He does that every time. He's done that the past 2 years.
Yeah,
that's his move. He doesn't win, but he's always in the top 10 because he will backdoor because he's good enough.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Or he can just turn that switch.
He just has that one really bad day that knocks him out of the tournament. And nowadays, like you look at the way that most of these tournaments have gone, it's like these guys that come out hot from the start, and they just have to hold and defend their league most of the time.
Or at least be close enough that they can turn it on that switch on Sunday.
Yeah.
But this field's too good that you can't be, you could. We've seen it happen. You're 5-6 strokes back, and you go and you shoot a 62.
When Hav won this last year.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
Oh, bad.
When Hav won this last year, Danny McCarthy had a very healthy lead.
Yeah.
Hav came back on a crazy comeback on that back nine, hit a bomb putt on 17 to force a playoff, and then won the playoff.
No, 6 strokes nowadays is like it's not
crazy.
safe because someone can get extremely hot on Sunday. The field's way too good. But it'll be an exciting next 2 weeks. I'm really hyped to watch some good golf again. Just because the last couple have been exciting, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of names that just
And
keep popping up.
Yeah, and the PGA was awesome. So like I expect
Yeah,
the U.S.
exactly.
Open to keep that up, and
I
it's
agree.
a super hard course. Like it could go crazy. Like I was actually having this conversation with Javi the other day, and he was telling me how brutal this course is. Like he's like, dude, somebody can win this at 3 under. Like that's how
Like
brutal
that.
type thing. And the U.S. Open
I
always.
guess it's still too far out, but do they know what weather's going to be like?
I don't know, but the U.S. Open they always make it the hardest conditions.
Oh, okay.
Their rough is going to be insane.
Yeah.
It's the hardest. It's the hardest major for a reason. So you have to be very accurate, hit bombs, and just fend for yourself on the field because it is like people like I think the last time he told me the last time they played here like.
When was the last time they played there?
The last time they played here was 2014. So. Honestly, it's not that. I mean, it's not that low, but it's not that high. The winner was Martin Kamer at -9.
Yeah, I mean, considering the way we're seeing scores now, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not very low.
So, let me see. Doon. All right, this website sucks. All right, never mind. We'll move on. But it's a hard course.
We need like a what's a bear?
Pooch, why aren't you finding stats? Man? Like,
If you want me to be that guy, I can be that guy.
That's just funneling the stats at us.
Yeah.
And then what's that other show that they do like the bloopers after, like not bloopers, but they do a recap of like the things that were said wrong on the show. There's an ESPN show that does that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can have my computer. I'll have Wi-Fi.
We're just gonna have a notebook of things like, all right, you guys said this wrong, you guys said this wrong. But yeah, I'm excited. Good 2 weeks. Good couple. Next couple weeks before football, which is fire.
Might as well give an early pick because we won't hear it for next week.
Oh,
so
true. I won't be here.
If you got an early, just from your gut, give 3 guys.
It's actually good because I was actually marinating on this. It's Cam Smith.
Yeah, I like that. All right,
it's Cam Smith. He's kind of played well in these last few majors.
Been playing really well.
Hasn't had that like uberly, like strong round like some of these other guys on the tour, but he's just seems like he's back to where he was when he was like going on that really dominant run.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't discount him because he can roll the putter so well. So if he can get to that point where he's sinking 15 footers like it's nothing, I do like him, and he's just playing well right now. So that's my guy.
I've got
obviously outside of
Hav as my pick. I just think the way that he's played, it's undeniable. I'm also going live. It's Bryson.
Yeah, Bryson and Brooks, I think, also have a very big chance.
Yes, absolutely. But Bryson specifically, like Brooks, obviously also hasn't.
Yeah, because he had a great Sunday at at a PGA.
Yeah, but Bryson, it seems to be on another level. He seems to be right now on the same level. Like there's Scotty up here because he's had the best season,
right?
No matter the tour.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second tier, you've got Xander and probably Bryson.
Bryson is there,
in terms of like how well he's played in the majors, and then he's playing really well in live. So like those are like probably the top 3 guys this year, and I think he's been so close. The Masters, he was right in it. PGA, he was literally a putt. I mean, Xander was a putt miss away from going to the playoff with him.
Yep.
So I think that he's going to come out hot again in the U.S. Open. I think he's got a really, really good chance.
He just seems like he's looking at the course like a completely different way to everybody else.
He seems to have way more fun with it.
Yeah.
And like he's kind of back to the Bryson that he was a little bit more on tour. He kind of went through a little like kind of rough patch.
Yeah.
But now he seems like back, and he's still a freak. Like he's such a weirdo, but like it's funny because he's hitting these crazy iron
he
he's
looks
adjusted
at it
his irons
different
in
way.
Weird ways.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And he's the scientist, and he is.
Exactly.
I mean, dude, the amount of chip and eagles that he's had in the last 2 majors, only just the Masters and
incredible
PGA.
how he just when you see him off the green, you're like, he's gonna make this.
Yeah.
And if he's not making it, I mean, he's putting it right there.
Yeah.
And you're gonna birdie a lot of holes when you're chipping like that.
Yeah. So I think Bryson's probably outside of Hav is my pick. I also maybe not to win it, but I think Rahm has a good tournament too. I think Rahm's gonna bounce back.
I know.
He's been pretty bad.
I think Hav picked him Yeah, I think. Remember when we did the PGA? I'm pretty sure that he said that he liked Rahm in the
Did
U.S.
he?
Open. That he's like, I don't like him,
You're right. He did say that.
but I like him for the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
So
I can see a Rom resurgence. Not that I think maybe he doesn't win, but I think he'd be in that conversation
Yeah.
again. So
I don't know who my.
we'll
dark
probably get him
horse would
super
be, but-
juiced too. He's probably gonna be super juiced.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hyped. I mean, I'm gonna be able to see that tournament. Won't see.
no, you'll only be able to see Sunday though.
I'll see Sunday at
Yeah,
least.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll see Sunday. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
back right before
Yeah.
tee off time. So
Yeah.
that'll be fire.
So we won't have an episode next week, but
Nope.
you can find me most likely. I still gotta run it by
Follow
Javi,
Dave.
but on the possibly on the First Step podcast. So
yeah, follow Dave next week.
Yeah,
He'll be our holding down the fort while we're gone for the sports page, and yeah, and then we'll be back the week
Yeah.
after,
facts.
potentially in a different location.
Ooh, good tease.
That's about it for today. You got anything else? Right?
No, I think we're good
And
to go.
We're good. Go
Good to go.
Gatos.
Go Cats.
Go Fins. Go Heat.
Mm,
Go
go-
Marlins.
Go Mavs.
Go Marlins, by the way. Marlins, 11 of the last 18 they've won. Even though I think they lost the last 2 in the Texas series, right? So they kind of cooled off a little bit again. But hey, maybe we'll be back.
So if you just remove those, 11 of the last 16 before the last 2.
Well, that's what we were. We actually were the hottest team in baseball before those last 2 games. So
yeah.
hopefully they can keep some sort of pace there, and maybe by July be like 5 games below 500. You never know. Then
thinking?
hey now,
Who knows?
Marlins future bet, make the playoffs. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in today, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.